Hello, this is Maya at Maya's Math Made Easy, and today's video is going to allow you to practice adding money along with practicing with receiving change back. So it's important that even though a lot of people today don't use cash or don't use actual paper money with coins, we are so used to using debit cards or paying with PayPal or other types of digital methods. But there are still points where you're going to want to know how much change you're supposed to get back. All right, so we're going to talk a little bit about that today. If you have the worksheet, you can go ahead and pull that out. If not, you can follow along on the screen with me. Let me share my screen. All right. Try to make it nice and big so you can see. So this worksheet has about 5 questions on it, and we're going to just go over how to do a few here, and then you'll be on your own to practice the remaining ones. All right, so this worksheet, let me get my pointer here. Make it a little easier to follow along. There we go. So we're practicing adding money with getting change back. So our directions say to find the total and then tell how much change you would get from a $20 bill. All right, so if this had been a story problem and the word total was there, that would let me know that we were going to add, even if I didn't have it already set up to add, okay? So now that we know that we're adding, when you're working with money, we have to add with the decimal points lined up. You may not always have the dollar signs there, but you will definitely have to have the decimal points lined up one over the other, okay? So before we get started with adding these together, let's estimate real quick, because when you're in the store and you have a certain amount of money in your pocket and you know that you can't go over that amount, you want to know just about how much you're going to spend. And to do that, we can estimate by rounding to the nearest dollar. So in this case, my $7.85, this 85 is more than half of a dollar. And I know that because I know that exactly half of a dollar is 50 cents. We know that one full dollar is 100 cents. Half of the dollar would be 50 cents. So this is closer to $8. So we're going to round this and say it's about $8. Now, I know my writing is kind of shaky, but I intended to make this equal sign here kind of wavy. That means that it's been rounded. So a wavy equal sign, I'll make this one even more wavy, lets you know that it's been rounded. So $3.80 here, again, 80 more than 50, okay? So if it was exactly 50, we would still round up. And if it is less than 50, even like 49 cents, you would go with the dollar amount without going up to the next highest amount, okay? So what I mean by that is if this had been $3.40, I would just round it to $3. You never go down. You don't go like to $2. You're either gonna stay where you're at or go up to the next dollar amount, okay? So again, 80 cents is more than half. So we're gonna go up from 3 and go to $4. All right, so before we even get to the register, we already know 8 plus 4, we expect to pay about $12. And guess what that little wavy equal sign means? About. All right, now let's get our actual amount by adding this together. And I'll switch colors. I'm going to change colors quite a bit today. So 5 plus 0 is 5. 8 plus 8 is 16. We know we're going to put the 6 on the bottom and carry the 1. We always carry the number in the tens place. And then we've got 7 plus 3 is 10, plus 1 more is 11. So our exact amount is $11.65, which is really close to $12, okay? We're not that far away from $12. So if I knew that I was going to spend about $12 and I got there to the register and they asked me for $11.65, I've got it covered, all right? Which we know we have it because we're paying with a $20 bill. So I know I'm good. Okay, so let's figure out how much change we should get back. Again, the reason you want to be able to estimate the amount of change is because, you know, the people at the register are people. They make mistakes, okay? It is possible for them to hand you back the wrong amount of money. So you want to have an idea of what you should get back so that if there's a mistake, you can catch it before you get home. All right, so let's estimate. We are looking at $12 for our estimate and $20, all right? So we're looking at, well, how much difference is there between $20 and $12? You either just know it offhand, which is awesome, all right? Or you can count it up. You can go 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, $8, right? So we expect to have about $8 back. And I'll just kind of write that up here. Now we're expecting about $8. Now let's calculate the exact. And I'm going to show you two ways to calculate the exact amount. The most common way when you're in a math class would be to take out your pencil and paper and write it down. So let's use this space over here. And you would say, well, if I want to know how much is left from my spending, the word left or leftover or remaining would let me know that I'm probably going to be subtracting. All right, so again, if this had been a story problem, that's an indicator word that would let me know that we're going to subtract. All righty. Now, these are both dollars. I didn't put the second dollar sign there. Oh my goodness, check out the kind of problem we have here. Not only are we subtracting, but we're also gonna have to borrow. I know that because I'm looking at 0 minus 5, and I don't have enough. I cannot do 5 away from 0. So we're gonna have to borrow. I try to borrow from this 0, they don't have any. Try to borrow from this 0, still not enough. We have to go all the way over to the 2 to do our borrowing. All right, got a little fly in here with me. All right, so here we go. We're gonna borrow from the 2. And different teachers teach this different ways. I actually go in, if I borrow from the 2, I bring it over to my 0, make it a 10. Then I'll borrow from 10 and make it 9, which allows this one to become 10. Then I'll cross this 10 out to make it 9. And now this 0 is 10. All right. Some teachers just have you write in the 9s and the 1, and that's fine. I like to actually go in and do it this way. Here we go. 10 minus 5 on the end is 5. 9 minus 6 leaves 3. I'm going to make sure to put my decimal in line with the other 2. 9 minus 1 is 8, and 1 minus 1 is 0. You don't need to put the 0 in the front since it's the, there's no other number there besides that. So we can just leave it as $8.35. So this is our exact amount, which, hey, very close to our estimated amount. So if I got to the register and the person gave me, a $5 bill and 35 cents, I can say, wait a minute, you forgot. I'm supposed to have $8 back, or vice versa. Maybe they hand you $3 with the cents and they forget to give you the 5. So those kind of mistakes are very common. And if you know about how much you should get back, then you can catch it right then and there. All right, but maybe at the store, you don't have pencil and paper to do all this calculation. All right, and you want to just kind of know right then and there what the change is. Another method is to count up, and I'll show you that as well. If I want to count up, and I'll go back to another color here, I'll go with green. I'll stick with green. So let's look at our $11.65. If I had 5 more cents, that would take me to 70, right? So I could put 5 here. All right, that would take me to 70. Well, now I know I'm trying to get to a full dollar. All right, so 70 cents to go from 70 to $1, or 70 to 100, it would be 70, 80, 90, $1, right? It will take me 3, or in this case, 30, because we're counting by tens. So I'll put my 3 in my tens place here. And then last but not least, since I have this 35, along with my 65, that would take me to 12. Well, we already know to go from 12 to 20, we counted that up. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. We know it's going to be $8. So this you could do in the store pretty quickly. Not too bad. You just kind of count up till you get to 100 with your change. And then remember that change takes you up another dollar. So don't go from 11 to 20, go from 12 to 20. All right. So I've given you a couple methods of how to work this worksheet. I do encourage you to practice with the rounding so that you can estimate in the store. But definitely, I want you to practice with the actual calculations as well. All right. This worksheet has 5 questions on it. So you've got about 4 more that you can practice on your own. If you get stumped or you have a problem, don't hesitate to contact me. Let me know if you would like to see more of these worked out, and I will try to make sure that you have access to the answers to check yourself as well so you can see how you did. All right. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you in the next video.